Hey guys, Mark here. I hope you're all well. In the past, I have already covered how to make a simple shifting gear knob wrap. In this tutorial, I'm going to make a bit more of a fancier version since this one is heading out into a car of a friend. So what we're going to tie is a 4-pass Type 4 pineapple knot and then simply place it onto the shifting gear. The shifting gear is about 2 inches in diameter, a bit more than that, and this wrap is going to fit on a similar diameter of a shifting gear knob. With that said, let's get into the tutorial. So first let's take a look at the supplies needed to make this project. You're going to need a PVC pipe that is at least as wide as the shifting gear knob that we're going to be covering. This is because we're going to tie the knot first on this PVC pipe and then transfer it onto the shifting gear knob. The knob that I'm designing this knot for is about 2 inches in diameter. So this PVC pipe is also 2 inches in diameter. I also attached a small rubber band in order to hold the standing ends of my cords. As far as the cords go, you can use up to 4 different colors. And for a 2-inch diameter shifting gear knob, you're going to need about 5.5 feet of each of the cords. As far as the tools for this project go, you're going to need something to cut the cords with, a lighter, as well as a lacing needle to help you tie the knot. The lacing needle is optional but highly recommended. With that said, let's start tying our knot. One additional tip that I would like to offer is that if you want your wrap to lay fairly flat and not bulk up the shifting gear too much, then remove the inner strands out of your paracord. If you want it to bulk up your shifting gear though, then simply leave the inner strands in. I like both results, but it is a matter of preference. We're going to start tying by taking one cord and attaching a lacing needle to it. We're going to take the other end and tuck it under the rubber band that is placed onto the PVC pipe. I'm then going to take my paracord, wrap it around my PVC pipe, come over like this, then around again, and over towards the right side. Then take the other end, the one with the lacing needle, and travel over towards the left side. Come around again, onto the right side of the standing end, and double it up by going over, like this, then traveling from right to left, going over, under, and over. Come around again, and reach the standing end. The standing end is now doubled, so it has one parallel cord running alongside it, and we're going to split the standing end and the cord that's doubling it by going over, under, and over. Then from right to left, we're going to travel under, over, under, over. Like this. Then reach the standing end again. And again double it up by going under, over, under, over. And again travel from right to left, going over, under, then over, under, and over. Again, we have a cord that's doubling up the standing end. We are again going to split the two by going over, under, over, under, and over. And the final sequence with our first cord is going to be a simple under, over, under, over, under, and over. And with that we have tied a 7-part 6-bite Turk's head. We're now going to place our lacing needle and the working end right next to the standing end, going under one. Like this. At this point, what I'm going to do is pull in some of my working end, and I'm going to redistribute it over the knot to loosen it up a bit. Then we're going to continue. After tying as well as loosening up my base knot, I'm going to introduce the second color. I have attached a lacing needle onto one of the ends, and I'm going to take the other end, the standing end, and I'm going to place it onto the left side of the standing end of the first cord. Like this. I'm then going to take the working end and I'm going to start my sequence with an under 2. So under 2, over 1, under 1, over 1, under 1, and over 1 on the right side. I'm now going to travel on top of this bite here, so I'm going to follow it like this, and then I'm going to re-enter here with an over. So over, under, over, under, then over 2, so the black one and the green one, and under 1. Then I'm going to turn around and go under this cord here, so under 1, you can see that we did not exit the knot here at the bottom, but turned around just before. So we went under 1, then over 1, under 1, over 1, under 1, and over 2 here at the top. Then travel on top of this bite at the top and re-enter with an over 1. So over 1, under 1, then over 1, under 2, then over 2, and under 1. Again, we start a sequence with an under 1, and you can see that we did not exit the knot, but turned around just before. So under 1, over 1, under 1, over 1, under 2, and over 2. Travel on top of this bite here and re-enter with an over 1. So over 1, under 1, then over 2, under 2, over 2, and finally under 1. Then what we do is we turn around and start the next sequence with an under 1, like this, then over 1, under 1, over 2, under 2, and over 2. We travel on top of this byte and re-enter with an over 1, then go under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, and under 1. Turn around just before exiting the knot and start the next sequence with an under 1, like this, then over 1, under 2, over 2, under 2, and over 2. Travel on top of this byte here and re-enter with an over 2, then go under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, and under 1. Turn around and start the next sequence with an under 1, then over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, and over 2. And we now follow this top byte on top of it and start the next sequence with an under 1, then over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, and then finally under 1. Then place your working end right next to the standing end of your second chord, like this. And with this we did a 2-pass version of our shifting gear cover. We now need to add the third chord, but before that I'm going to loosen up the knot a bit more once again. After doing the second color, we're going to introduce the third. The third color needs to start with an under 4 and come out just above this crossing of the second color. You can start anywhere in the knot, but for reference, I'm going to start here in between the standing ends of my first and second color. I'm going to place the standing end under the rubber band, like this, then travel under 4. So under 4, then over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, and finally over 2 on the right. We're then going to travel on top of this byte of the second color, and we're going to re-enter with an over 2. So over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, then over 3 and under 2. Then we're going to turn around just before exiting the knot and start the next sequence with an under 2. So like this. Under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, and finally over 3. Then travel on top of this bite of the second color and re-enter with an over 2. So over 2, under 2, over 2, under 3, then over 3 and under 2. We turn around just before exiting the knot with an under 2, then over 2, under 2, over 2, under 3 and over 3. Continue on top of this bite of the second chord and re-enter with an over 2. So over 2, under 2, then over 3, under 3, over 3 and under 2. Turn around here on the left side with an under 2, then go over 2, under 2, over 3, under 3 and over 3. Travel on top of this bite here on the right side and enter with an over 2, then go under 3, over 3, under 3, over 3 and under 2. Then turn around here on the left side and start the next sequence with an under 2, then over 2, under 3, over 3, under 3 and over 3. Travel on top of this bite here on the right side and re-enter with an over 3, then under 3, over 3, under 3, over 3 and under 2. Then on the left side we again turn around, travel under 2, then over 3, under 3, over 3, under 3 and over 3. Then we travel on top of this bite of the second chord and enter the knot with an under 1, then over 3, under 3, over 3, under 3, over 3, under 2, and finally we place our working end next to the standing end, going under 3. Like this. At this point, we're going to loosen up the knot a bit, then introduce the last color. We're now going to introduce the fourth color, so the final one. And this time, we're going to place our cord under 6 when we begin, coming to the crossing of the third cord here on the left side. You can start anywhere on the left going under 6. So for example, you could go here or here. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to start here at my standing ends, going under 6. I'm going to place my standing end under the rubber band, then continue in a sequence of over 3, under 3, over 3, under 3, and finally over 3 on the right. Travel on top of this bite here on the right side and re-enter with an over 3. So over 3, under 3, over 3, under 3, then over 4 and under 3. We did not exit on the left side, but we turn around just before, starting our next sequence with an under 3. So like this. Then over 3, under 3, over 3, under 3, and finally over 4. Travel on top of this bite of the third cord and re-enter with an over 3, then under 3, over 3, under 4, over 4, and finally under 3. Then turn around and start the next sequence with an under 3, over 3, under 3, over 3, under 4, and over 4. Continue by following this bite here at the top. Re-enter with an over 3, then under 3, then over 4, under 4, over 4, and under 3. Then turn around, starting your next sequence with an under 3, like this, then over 3, under 3, over 4, under 4, and finally over 4. Continue on top of this bite of the third color, Start your next sequence with an over 3, then under 4, over 4, under 4, over 4, and under 3. Then turn around on the left side and start your next sequence with an under 3, like this, then over 3, under 4, over 4, under 4, and over 4. Continue on top of this bite of the third chord and re-enter with an over 4, then under 4, over 4, under 4, over 4, and under 3. Turn around and start your next sequence with an under 3, then over 4, under 4, over 4, under 4, and finally over 4. Follow on top of this bite of the third chord, then re-enter with an under 1, then over 4, under 4, over 4, under 4, over 4, and finally under 3. Then place your working end of your fourth chord under 4, right next to the standing end, like this, and with that the knot is complete. At this point, what we're going to do is tidy up the knot in order to prepare it for transferal onto the shifting gear knob. So we do that by pulling in our first chord, the standing end of the first chord, just a little bit, and then going through the entire knot, pulling out some of the slack. You don't have to do too much tightening so far, because we're going to do much more after we transfer our knot onto the shifting gear knob. So for now, just do a little bit of tightening to get everything nice and clean. The last step in preparing our knot is to take our working ends and run them under the knot and to the right side. This is going to help the knot hold our working ends and prevent them from slipping out. So all you do is where you come out of the knot, you travel under, and come out at the top. Again, where you come out, you turn back in, under the entire knot and out at the top. Do that with all 4 of your working ends, and at that point we're going to continue. This is the shifting gear knob that we're going to be decorating. I'm going to take the knot that I tied. This time I have one with gutted paracord, and I'm going to simply slip it off the mandrel and place it onto the shifting gear knob. Then I'm going to tighten it 1/4 at a time, and then we're going to take a look at the end result. And here you can see the end result. I hope that my friend is going to be happy with this one. I sure am. Thank you for joining me in this tutorial, and see you next time.